Check it out. It's Mr. T. Lou, and I'm your teacher. And today we're going to get into installing the MPC software 2.11.7 to get started. So we're going to install it, and then we're gonna do the setup. So I'm gonna give you the settings so you can start making music. First of all, I already have it installed, so I just want you guys to go here, double click it, and whatever gear you're using, download the drivers here. I'm using MPC Live 2, so that'll be my driver there. So that's what I would select. See, and these check marks showing I already have it. Okay. So we're gonna get out of that. Okay, you double click that. That covers your driver or whatever interface instrument that you're using. Some people might be using the MPC-X, or they might be using the MPC-1, or you might be using MPC Studio 2. That's the old MPC Studio and MPC Black. I used to own that. And let's see what this is. MPC Touch, MPC Live. So that's the first one. That's the classic Renaissance. Oh, that machine is so classic. Okay. So you're going to double click here. And then see how it's saying for me to reinstall it, I already have it installed. And my system is probably going to say install in your system. So you're going to click there. So, boom, you follow the prompts. You're going to have this window pop up. You're going to hit continue. It's going to go through the license information. Then you click that. Then you agree. Then you keep following the prompts right here. Then you're going to select all this stuff, your iLike manager and all this stuff, everything, the VSTs, your AAX plugins, your audio unit plugins. Boom, 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 boom. You continue. Then it's going to go to the installation process. But I already have it installed. So after you guys do that, I'm going to bring up the software. So we're working on installation and setting up your MPC software to start making beats. So that's what this tutorial is about for beginners.
I know exactly what it is.
It's amazing. Yeah, folks, we're doing big things. So here we go. I'm just waiting for that to load up. And then I'm going to give you some general settings. And then on our next tutorial, we're going to start with how to compress drums. So we'll be working on drums and working out how to compress the drums, working on the beat. So I'm just waiting for that to install. So I'll be a few more seconds here. And okay, now that's loading up. Okay, so here we go. All right, so you're gonna go here. You're gonna go to this tab right here is your audio devices. Since I'm doing the tutorials, I'm on the Rodecaster Pro, so that's my audio interface. But I also have these selections so far as I can use my MPC Live 2 as the audio interface. So depends on what interface you have, you select it there. That's that tab. This tab will get you started with your MIDI keyboard. So whatever you have connect, I have the MPK MIDI play hooked up. So let me disconnect it. You see these dials here. Hold on just a second here. Let me get you, hold on just a minute right here. Hold on just a second here. There's like two things I want to do before you close out this window. I want you guys to kind of see what I'm actually doing. So I'm just moving over there a little bit. Okay. Pull this pencil out. Okay, so I'm gonna circle this in red. I'm gonna close it. Move this over just a little bit here. So I'm gonna go here. Preferences, right? Go here. Now see, pull this pencil up right here. Now see where it says the MIDI, MPK MIDI play? This right here is my interface for it. Okay. Now, what I want to do, all right, now, you got to see what that was. Now, I'm going to unhook it and watch it disappear. Should disappear. See? So it's not showing up as nothing, right? Because I don't have nothing hooked up. Now I'm going to take the USB and connect it. Now it's showing. So now I'm hitting the keys. You look at the top of the screen. See how I'm hitting the keys and it's showing that my MIDI's playing. So that's the tab for that. This is your tab when you register, you register your programs and stuff on the Kai site. So, and then this, you're going to log in with your login information, and then all this stuff is going to get pulled up there. Okay. Plugins. Now here's your plugins right there. So your plugins is where your file directories is going to go, depending on if you're on Windows or Mac. You select there, and then that selects your files. This right here is your signature. And what you're going to do here is, record arm single. I pretty much leave everything where it is, if it's something I need to change, depending on what I'm doing, I might go into it. But I just leave this as is. All right, hardware. So this is the hardware, like since I have the MPC Live 2 or whatever you have. These are some of the settings I generally like set up. It seems like it gives me a nice touch. So you guys are more welcome to set yours up just like this. I'll go 6 and 6 with an A curve. I don't have a foot switch. This right here, if you want to uncheck this, if you don't want that annoying flash on your temple light come. So if I click it, I have a flashing light. If I unclick it, I don't want a flashing light on my hardware. All this stuff right here, the global bend, pitch bend at 2, that's okay. So you can leave everything as there. Show info hardware. Okay. Now project and defaults. You can set your tempo up to whatever your favorite tempo you want to be. I usually keep it at 120. 2 bars. I mean, if you're just starting, you can start on 2 bars. Or you can set it up where every time you load it, it'll be on 4 bars. It just depends on your preferences. Default pad slice pad, I leave that there. Low pass, 2-pole, I usually leave that there. The default drum synth, I picked my favorite plugin, so that's a plugin that's like my go-to plugin. And show new project, not install. So I don't really need to worry about that right now. New project creation. And, I'm not messing with none of that stuff. So I'm gonna leave everything like, what it is. So I'm gonna go to this tab. Project load and save. So this is your auto load save. If you got a project you've been working on, you can load it up, and every time you go to it, it'll pop up the track you've been working on. This right here, enable 10 minutes. This takes a snapshot of every 10 minutes. It's gonna take a snapshot and save your project you've been working on. But I highly command you guys that use the save button as your friend. So, always use Command S if you're on the Mac. If you're on PC, I believe it's Alt save. And, use that as your friend. Okay. Right here is remember all the files you created in lesson 1. Your template file will go here depending on what you're working on. So if you're working on a bunch of hip hop tracks, you'll have your hip hop template right here. If you're working on boom bap, you'll have it selected there. That way, every time you open it up, you're constantly making your beats. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep messing around. You just change up your samples here and there, or your drums, or the different things that you're working on, and that's how you take care of that. Okay, so let's close out of that. Okay, so recording export, you're gonna leave this at 16, the depth. Pretty much all these settings right here, your auto tail left 1, audio export track, the track bounce depth is 24. They need to get this to 32, but go to 24. Leave your settings right there. Make sure your settings is like that. It's okay just to keep it right there. Now, this is the general information right here. So, if you want your output to be at 3,000, you got 3,000 MPC 60, 1200, SB 1200 ring. That's going to be your output to your music. This right here is pretty much everything needs to be where it is. Depending on how fast your computer is, you can go to Pro 10 is a good one if you don't have a fast computer, but I use the best sound. You can have everything right here for your detection range. Multi-processor threads, I got a 6-core, so I got 12 cores. I usually bump it up to. So depending on what your cores is, bump it up to. It should be mostly strong enough to handle your plugins and stuff like that. And hit OK. So that's the settings. We out.